1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 'All right, so there's your playthrough with a couple mistakes. Sorry about that, but I'm trying to squeeze this in before I got to jump into the car and ride to the airport, catch a bus to the airport, and then flying up to Walla Walla, Washington this weekend. This should be fun. Let's do this. All right, there we go. That probably takes care of the echo. I'm going to trust that the volume level is all right. So what I thought I'd do with all of these is I'm going to do 2 steps. So let's say like this is your first contact of kind of doing this. I know it could be really overwhelming. So what we're going to do is we're going to just start studying the bass motion and the cage pattern. So the way it works in our full warm-up for jazz guitar class at CS Arts is we by the time we get to this exercise, we're going to be in B flat. The first 2 keys when we're playing chords, that's C and F. So by the time we get to when we're doing the autumn leaves, we're in the key of B flat and we're in G shape. Okay, so check this out. The chord progression goes to, let's see here. It goes 2, 5, 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, sharp 1. Now we'll talk about the chord qualities in a second, but I just want you to focus on just the bass motion. So if we zoom into this guy, 2, 5, 1, 4, 3, 7, 3, 6, and then I put the sharp 1 there. You could put it here. There's nothing wrong with that. I just like the idea of this sliding up into 2. So let's just start with just that. So I'm going to go, we're going to key in B flat, so our 2 is going to be C. 5, 1, 4. Make the guitar bigger. I don't know if that'll help you or not. Let's see if you can see it. So 2. Right? So that's a good first step. You know, don't even worry about the arpeggios. Just get the... It's a very common bass motion and chord progression you'll see in a lot of tunes. So, and it also has all the 5, I'd say the 5 major food groups of 7th chords. You got major 7ths, you've got dominant 7th, you have a couple of minor 7ths, a half diminished, and a fully diminished 7th. So, okay, so now that we've done that, let's talk about the qualities of these chords. So as it turns out, if you were to stack thirds and to create 7th chords, the natural pattern that would occur would be a 2 minor 7th, the 5 is a dominant 7th, both 1 and 4 are major 7ths, 7 is a half diminished. Normally 3 would be a minor 7th, but I wanted to do a secondary dominant, so we could call this a 5 of 6. So we're going to make that a dominant. 6 is a minor 7, and this was what you would call a, I believe you would call a secondary diminished chord. So 7 diminished of 2. Well, I guess I should do Roman numerals. Shout out to the Roman Empire. All right, so diminished 7th. So what that means for us, for most of this, is you just play a note and you skip a note. So 2, 4, 6, 1. That's your first chord. Right? And then 5, go 5, 7, skip 1, go to 2, and to 4. There's your dominant. That's F7 in this key. So in the key of B flat, 5 is F7. Okay? And then where did I go after that? Okay. 1, 3, 5, 7. And then I go back down here for the 4 chord. Seven, let's see, which one did I pick here? Okay, I went with this one. This way maybe we'll talk about later. There are different options. There's also a lower octave. You can do that for 7, 2, 4, 6. You know, as I was making these, you could argue that was a little bit arbitrary, but you know, the way I see it is, if you don't know where to start, here's some structure, just learn it the way I wrote it. But know that eventually, as you get comfortable with this stuff, maybe that'll be your own quest to notice if there's any other octaves you can play this. But you know, I know how overwhelming this can be when we start, so so that there you go. Just learn it as I wrote. Now for the 3 chord, we're going to need a sharp 5 to give us a dominant shape. So we got this sharp 5, 7, 2. Again, we sharp that. Normally it would be a minor 7th. becomes a D7. That leads us to G minor. Okay, which that's our next chord. So 6, 1, 3, 5. And then to kind of loop us back to 2, I did the secondary diminished. So that's going to be 1, or I'm sorry, sharp 1, 3, sorry, brain lock. And then I guess we need a flat 7 too. I don't know if this is helpful or not. All right. So once again, the 2 chord is, let me back this out so you can see everything. Dominant 7th, major 7th. If you want to play the octave lower, you can also play it like that. But the way I wrote it is that 4 chord, major 7th. That's as it's written. The lower one would be, right? 3 dominant. That 6 chord you can also play down here. But that's the one that I wrote. And then okay. So one more time all the way through just so you can see it. So now let's move on to, well, you know what? We probably don't need that sheet. Hopefully you have it at home here. So I'll maybe make this a little bit bigger. So now we're on to pattern 1. Now we're going to do it in E flat. So first stop, just the roots. 2, 5, 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, and our sharp 1. Let me just double check, see that's the way that I wrote it out. So 2, 5, 1, 4, 7, 7, 3, 6, sharp 1. Now we're just going to fill in the chords. Minor 7th. That's F minor 7th. 5 dominant. One chord. 4 chord. Nice little diagonal there. 7, half diminished. Then we write in the borrowed note we need. We need a sharp 5. Probably doesn't matter what color it is, but I think 5 will stick out more so. Dominant 7th, built off the 3, so that's a 5 of 6. G7 leads to C minor, which is the 6th chord, and E flat. 6th chord looks like this. And then our sharp 1 diminished, which we need a flat 7, as we found out on the last example. All right, full speed. Cool. Let's keep going. Pattern 4. So we did the scales that start with our middle finger. This is just how we warm up in class if you are taking jazz guitar with me. All right, 2, 5. Sorry, I'm scrolling here so I can see the actual chart over here. 2, 5, 1, 4, 7, 3, 6. Now this one is awkward. I mean, yes, we could put a sharp 1 here, That'd be cool, but since we did start here, I'm going to put the sharp 1 there. So okay, let's just do the roots. 5 1 4 7. Oh, sorry. 7 3 6 sharp 1. It has kind of a cool sound all to itself, right? All right, two chord. Oh, I don't know if I like the teal. Let me know in the comments. There you go. I got to start talking like an influencer. Hey guys, like and subscribe. Hit the notification. Let me know in the comments. Do you like red or teal? Or whatever that is. I think it's, I don't know. Correct me. Is that color teal? Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe. 5 dominant. 1 major 7th. And you might notice it's the exact same shape. Everything to the left of that B line is symmetrical. It's that pesky G to B line thing that gives us trouble. But that's pretty nice. They're both the same. 7 2. So yours half diminished. And then let's get our sharp 5, which I put up here. Now, of course, you're welcome to put, the sharp 5 up there. If you want to stretch to get that, I know some people like to play that way, and that's totally cool. I mean, as if you needed me to tell you that. But, I think, again, a lot of these is just for the sake of a class. There's no one right way, but I find there should be a way, so that way there's some kind of structure. But, I'll be the first one to admit that this is not the only way to do this. See our 6 chord. 6 minor. Oh, come on now. There we go. And then our 1 diminished, which also needs a flat 7. Oh, get rid of that other guy. See if we cool. So one more time. 2 5 dominant 7th, 1 major 7th, 4 major 7th, 7 half diminished, 5 of 2. I'm sorry, 5 of 6. 6 chord, sharp 1 diminished. Cool. 2 more to go. 2 more to go. Let's see, we're up to here now. All right. 2 5 1 4 7 3 6 sharp 1. Two, 5 1 4 7 3 6 sharp 2. All right. Cool. Now let's do the chords. 2 minor 7th. 5 dominant. 1 major 7th. 4 major 7th. 7 half diminished. Sharp 5 up here. Two minor, or sorry, 6 minor. That's 7. All right. 2, 5, 1, 4, 7, 5 of 6, 6. Sharp 1 diminished. All right. Try not to let this lesson get too long. Well, I guess too late for that. But you know what? If you're sticking with it, I'm glad you're here. So, man, this eraser function thing sometimes is, all right. It's always in coming and going. So, might need to get a new pencil before long. Oh well. It's a real rough day. I'm kidding. So 2, 5, 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, sharp 1. All right, so right, 2, minor 7, 5, dominant 7, 1, major 7th, 4, major 7th, 7 half diminished, I'm getting ahead of myself. 5 of 6, or 3 dominant 7th, however you want. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. Sorry about that. Wrong arrow. Oh, is that locked in now? All right, stand by. Millennial dealing with technology. So I'll have to rewrite the sharp 5. Oh well. The day is ruined. Okay. 6. Minor 7th. And then diminished 7th. All right, so 2, 5, 1, 4, 7, 5 of 6, 6, sharp 1 diminished. Right? So we're kind of building the foundations for a lot of that bebop language, which is like, taking arpeggios and then targeting chord tones and using like enclosures. That kind of thing. But the first step is, as boring as it is, being able to play through these arpeggios. So I hope that helps. If you, I did it again. If any of that, have any questions about that, let me get to my face here. Any questions about that? My email is at the bottom of all these sheets. So any questions, any complaints, whatever, send it to me there. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time.